I do a lot of scouting report videos on my channel. As you may be aware, if you're a subscriber or if you're new here, I'm going to be doing some more over the summer. I have to make one admission. I'm bad for not scouting domestic leagues. That being the Championship and League One. I feel that the Championship is a real hotbed for talent. And West Ham's notoriously found excellent players from the Championship. We go way back for this. Look, Matthew Upson, for example. Dean Ashton. More recent times, we know Aaron Cresswell, Mikel Antonio, and Jarrod Bowen. Flynn Downs came from the Championship. Many others. If I named a few, I'd be sitting here and thinking too hard about it, and this video would be meaningless, right? So, with that in mind, it's relevant to this video. According to an update from ex-West Ham United employee, the club is scouting Championship players. This fits more with David Moyes' criteria. Moyes has been known to develop good Championship players into good Premier League players. Joleon Lescott and Tim Cahill were two notable ones in this time. Everton. And 4 players West Ham believe could be a success in the Premier League are already being a success in the Championship. These 4 players are Victor Gyökeres, Alex Scott, Max Aarons, and João Pedro. Gyökeres, if I pronounced his surname correctly, is a Swedish striker who plays for Coventry City. He was a product of Brighton's academy, and the fact that he left Brighton is a decision that the club may somewhat feel a bit bitter about. Brighton's been quite well known for scouting players in random leagues and then making them into class players. This wasn't the case with this guy. He never made a Premier League appearance for Brighton, spent a lot of time out on loan. He went to Germany, then came back to the UK to play for Swansea City and Coventry City on loan. Coventry signed him permanently in 2021. And since then, he has gone on to hit double figures in the Championship for 2 consecutive seasons. In 21-22, he played all bar 1 league game and scored 17 goals. This season, he scored 20 goals and still has 20 at the time of recording. He's in hot demand because he's a good finisher. I think he'd be perfect. Definite upgrade on Mikel Antonio. But then again, you could say that for a lot of striker targets. He'd be my number 1. Alex Scott, a 19-year-old wonder from Guernsey. He's from the same place as Matt Le Tissier. He had a very rapid rise. He was handed his debut at Bristol City at the age of 16, then became a first-team regular. He won Euro 19, the Euro under-19 with England. Yeah, I've said that correctly. Sorry, I had to get my words right there. And he's regularly compared to Jack Grealish with the style of play. We see a bit of technical ability in Alex Scott. And I see a few other things about him. He's been quite versatile in his time because he's been played as a right wing-back, a central midfielder, a pivot midfielder, and a holding midfielder. He's often asked to keep into a single pivot, and this blocks the channel for an opposing player to run at this side. He's excellent in link-up play and plays a lot of one-touch passes, and he lays it off to supporting players. He works usually with players ahead of him as well, and is progressive with his midfield display. He knows how to man mark. He knows how to defend off the ball. He occasionally can play as a number 10, but when he does this, he drifts off the ball into space. If he's deeper, he plays passes to penetrate through the middle and penetrate into enemy lines. I think with the right guidance, he could become a very class Premier League midfielder. And with Declan Rice and Manuel Lanzini set to leave West Ham, we need midfielders. We're short in this department, so get him in. Max Aarons, I'm not going to talk about too much because I don't honestly rate him myself. There must be a reason why he stayed at Norwich for all this time without getting transferred. Aarons isn't necessarily an awful player, and I'm not going to criticise him too harshly, but he doesn't get me excited. However, João Pedro does. This Brazilian has been playing for Watford since 2019. In the Championship, he has really begun to flourish. This season, he has 10 goals in 32 games, is often deployed as a winger, and I feel could be perfect for Gianluca Scamacca. The two would feed off each other very well because they don't tend to make long strides. Scamacca and Pedro, because I can't get my words right, folks. It's late at night, come on. Pedro and Scamacca would work well together and feed off each other. Pedro's had to be quite hard-working to get into this Watford team, but when he's finally broken through, it's worked. Working under different managers probably hasn't helped him because he's not maybe had some same consistencies, but at the same time, he's learnt things from different managers. And Watford's known for being a club that sacks everybody. He even was coached by Slaven Bilic as well, a former West Ham player and manager. And he's played for Fluminense before in his homeland of Brazil. So having mentioned these four players, I've got to tell you, the ones that are definitely taking a heartbeat are Gyökeres and Scott. Scott could even be seen as a Rice replacement. Gyökeres, great forward to have across the front line, versatile, clinical, good on the ball. Aarons, not so much. João Pedro, I'll be all over it. We'd definitely do ourselves well by looking at some Championship players and thinking about it. I might scout a few more. Yeah, why don't I do that, eh? I'll scout a few more for my own channel. Maybe West Ham will watch and commit a mass raid on the Championship. I don't care that they're playing down there. They got to be good, right? If they want looking to move to the Premier League. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, as per usual, give it those thumbs up. Don't forget to sub for more content. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all soon.